I want to welcome everyone to our regular Wednesday night call. I think we're starting to get used to coming to the calls now. I'm glad to be able to talk and share experiences and share ideas and teach and train, help everybody really understand some of the principles and understand some of the ideas that I use in building my business and that you can obviously apply to your businesses as well. I've received a few different requests and emails over the course of the last couple of weeks in terms of different topics and things like that, and feel free to find me and send me ideas and things like that in terms of what specifics that you guys want to learn about. I think we're going to try to put either some type of forum specific for this that we can answer questions, take topics, maybe things that you guys want to learn specifically about. I've got a wealth of knowledge, and along with Chad and many of my different business partners that I deal with on a regular basis that we can bring to you guys. And it's really, I guess, about what we feel is important to teach. A couple of different things that I'm going to address, not tonight. I've already had this call planned out, but a couple of the emails that I got that I was just reading here before the call, asking specifically about how to build a capture page in terms of to be able to capture names and emails and things like that when you're advertising, and that's some of the stuff that we talked about last week in terms of how to write ads and how to generate traffic and stuff like that. And then autoresponders too, and I'll deal with those maybe next week or the following week, maybe teach you guys specifically how to set them up, where to go to be able to do that, simple ways to build capture pages, what to put on them, and things like that. So we'll get into kind of the nuts and bolts specifically of the capture pages and the autoresponders maybe next week or the following week. I'm going to see what I can put together here for that to kind of teach it, I guess, in an hour. Sometimes, or even shorter, in a half an hour. Sometimes it's funny trying to come up with a topic or trying to, jam, 5 or 10 years worth of knowledge into a half an hour topic to be able to bring you guys. The other thing that I'm going to talk about too is effective presentations for your business. We're going to bring that to you guys too shortly in the following weeks. So you can look for that, and if obviously, we're going to be able to help you guys effectively present your businesses, I think in a good way, in a positive way, which should improve. And even if you just pick up a couple tips, because I know some of you guys already do some of these kind of things, even if you can pick up a few tips to specifically build your business a little bit faster, a little bit better, a little bit bigger, and duplicate better, then I think it's definitely worthwhile as well. So tonight, what I want to spend a little bit of time on, though, is a little bit about you and about the way that you look at your business, okay? Because, again, it's important, and I feel, and we'll come back to things like this often, it's not just about the technical knowledge of how to build a business. It's not just about technically what do I say in my email, or how do I set up my website, or where do I get traffic from, or how do I advertise. Those things are all important, but it's just as important, or I would say maybe even more important, to work on yourself at the same time, to be able to build your mindset and to be able to build yourself up so that you can allow yourself to have success. One of the very first things that I learned back when I was probably about 19, 20 years old was not to let the negatives pull me down and not to let the failures hurt me, but rather use those as building blocks. And, we've all failed in business. We've all had, strikeouts, if you will. And I like to use an analogy of a baseball, or you could even use, hockey or basketball. In all of these sports, because, again, a lot of us relate to a lot of these things. We've either played or we've watched it on TV. And you can use, golf or bowling or whatever. But, for instance, in baseball, a batter has a batting average, okay, that he specifically works on to try to always improve. Now, a batter's not going to hit every single ball that comes across the plate, but if he never swings, he won't hit anything, okay? He or she won't hit anything. So I want you to kind of look at your business in the same light and think that if I'm building my business and I never really put myself out there and swing at the ball, okay, if you will, if you don't actually go for it, you can never really hit that home run. You're never actually going to be able to build your business successfully. You're never going to be able to get any hits, right? You won't actually ever achieve your goal, which is, I'm assuming, generating income from home and a significant income from home for most of us, right? That's why we're on this call, is to learn how to successfully generate income from home. That's why it's important to share ideas in a community like this. So I want you to kind of think of that batter, if you will, in baseball, and understand that he actually swings and misses more often than he hits the ball. Okay, in hockey, Wayne Gretzky, for those of you that know who he is, I'm up in Canada, so we relate very well to hockey. Wayne Gretzky once said that, the only reason why he's at the top is because he takes more shots than anybody else. You can't score on the shot that you don't take. So he just took more shots. He swung the bat more. Right? And we need to understand that as we build our business, we're going to have to swing that bat a lot, and we're going to have to miss a lot. Okay? We're going to have to miss more times than we to be able to build a successful business. And there's nothing wrong with that. Okay? There's absolutely nothing wrong with swinging and missing as long as you don't stop swinging the bat. Okay, as long as you keep building your business, you're going to come up with rejection. You're going to come up with getting no's from people consistently. Okay, and that's important for you to understand in business, that not everybody will see what you see. Not everybody will want to get on with your business. One of the things that's funny, I was talking to one of our leaders the other day in one of my businesses, and I said, you think about your business and put yourself just in these shoes and think about this from your own business. I said, you think about your business, you eat it, you sleep it, you dream it, you're so excited about it. Every single day you're thinking, how can I, and we're building and we're excited and we're presenting it to more people and we're dreaming about the cars we're going to drive and the houses we're going to have and how big our business is going to grow and where we're going to be in the compensation plan and what level we're going to get to next, and we're setting our goals. Your prospect isn't thinking about the business every day, okay? Your prospect is viewing a presentation, okay, and they're not necessarily thinking about your business for the rest of that day. So when you call them back and they're undecided, they're not sure, they don't want to do it, don't take that personally. Understand that you're living your business every day. You're building your business. You're in it. You're consumed with it sometimes. Okay, but all of your prospects, not necessarily. So when you get a no, or when you get I got to think about it, or, my spouse has my credit card, or things like that, when you get rejection like that, when you hear that no, that's okay. Okay, and understand that the more no's you get, then the more yeses are going to come up too, right? Because when you swing that bat, eventually you're going to hit the ball. No matter how bad you suck, okay, no matter how new you are, no matter how much of a rookie you are in network marketing and in this industry, if you swing the bat enough and you present your business enough, you're going to hit some. Okay? Now, you might not hit as many as I do. You may not be, for baseball fans, again, Barry Bonds, okay, the home run king. You may not be at the top of the game. So you may not hit as many out of the park as Joel Broughton does. Okay? You may not sign up as many people as I do when I do presentations or when I invite people to take a look at my business. Maybe I have a bigger ratio than you. Maybe I have 4 people out of 10 or 8 out of 10 or 9 out of 10, or maybe every single person that Joel Broughton talks to says yes. Okay? Maybe they do. And your average when you start out, when you're brand new, when you're new to this industry, or maybe even if you're not new, but maybe you're just not very good yet. Okay? Maybe you're still learning. Maybe you're a couple years into your business and you're not really that great yet. But that's okay. Okay, understand that, if you stop swinging that bat, that's the only time that you can fail. But if you keep swinging and you keep inviting to the presentations, you keep bringing people here, okay, you keep bringing them, not here, I guess, to your presentation. This would be a training call, but you keep bringing them to the presentations, okay, you keep inviting people to have a look at your business, no matter how it is, you're going to have success. And what's going to happen, okay, is an average will appear. Okay, a ratio is going to appear in that. And when you show your business 10 times or 20 times or 30 times, you show it to 30, 40, 50 people, 100 people, what's going to happen is some of them will get started. Some of them will show interest. Some of them won't tell you no. But if you stop after 8, okay, if you get 8 no's in a row and you say, wow, this is kind of hard, I don't know if I want to keep doing this, and you don't pick up that phone to dial that 9th person, or you don't send that 9th email out, or you decide to maybe take a vacation or take a break, okay, that 9th one maybe was the one that was going to say yes. See, you don't know. You don't know which one is going to be the right one. Maybe you got to talk to 19 people. Maybe the 20th person will say yes to you. Okay? You don't know, but what's going to happen is when you do it long enough, when you do it enough, you're going to get a ratio. Something is going to happen where you're going to start getting results. You're going to be able to measure that. So let's say, for instance, you got 1 out of 20 people that you talked to. You invited 20 people to a presentation about your primary business, about your offer, whatever it is, and one of them said, yeah, I'll join. I'll sign up for that. Okay? That's 1 out of 20. Okay? That's your ratio. So, you know, normally what will happen is if you show it to another 20, another one will sign up. You show it to another 20, another one will sign up. But it's not necessarily the 20th one every time. Sometimes you got to show it to 40 people for 2 to sign up. Okay? But it might be the 37th and the 39th person that show up, okay, that sign up for your business. You don't know. But what will happen is it will always average out over time. And understand that, and just, you know, it's not something that you got to figure out. It's not something that, you know, you should really battle with. Okay, just believe me that it will happen. There is a law of averages out there. You just got to find out what your ratio is. Okay, and the more you do, the more you show your business, the more you present your business to people, the more you make that offer, the better you're also going to get. Okay, so you're actually going to improve your skill. So you can improve your ratio. Okay, when you first get started in this business. Okay, when you first get started in network marketing. When you first get started in this industry, yeah, chances are you're not going to be very good. You're going to be worse than I am, probably. Okay, you're going to be worse than the people that have been practicing consistently for 3 to 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. Of course you are. Because if you're brand new, you don't necessarily, you don't have that experience. It'd be the same as if I went over to get a job working at McDonald's. You know what? If I went and I've never worked at McDonald's before. I would have to learn how to do it. I would have to practice how to work that fry machine. Somebody would have to show me, okay? And there'd be 14-year-old kids or 16-year-old, 17-year-old kids there working there that have been doing it for a year or two that are awesome at working that fry machine. And they would giggle because the 29-year-old can't make it work because he's never done it before. But with practice, I could get as good as them. Okay, the same thing in network marketing. Well, the same thing really in anything, if you think about it, right? If I wanted to be a police officer, I could do that too. I just got to go to police officer school, right? I got to go to police school. I got to learn. Maybe I'll go to college first or whatever it takes in the state or the province that I'm in to become a police officer. I could do that. I could be a fireman. I got to train my body and my mind to learn how to do that and go apply to do that. I used to be a military officer. Right? I didn't wake up one day and say, wow, I think I should lead troops in a battle. Okay? I had to learn how to do that. Okay? I went to school for that. I went to basic training for that, and they yelled at me a lot, okay, because I made a lot of mistakes. And I stepped out of line a lot, and I couldn't march properly. But eventually, with practice, I got better. And you know what? That ratio appeared in my life, and it does in network marketing, and it will for you too, as long as you put yourself out there. Now, some people are sitting back saying, well, you know, but I want to know everything about my whole company, and I got to research the products, and I got to know the compensation plan. But hold on, before I start showing my business, I need to know, what do I say when they say this? What's going to happen when I phone them? Okay? Well, you got to stop thinking about that, and you just got to pick up the phone. You got to communicate with other individuals, and you need to fail. Okay, you need to swing that bat. Okay, you need to take the swings. I'm pitching. The ball is being pitched to you. Okay, and again, using our baseball analogy, every single day that ball is being pitched to you. You're just not picking up the bat yet. Okay, you're just not swinging enough at it yet. That ball just keeps falling kind of to the backstop. Okay, it just keeps going, it keeps going, it keeps going. See, it's out there, it's being pitched. Okay, there's customers out there, there's business people out there that are looking for your product or service, that want it. Okay, that are available, that if they're shown it properly and they're presented the business opportunity that you have, they may join it. Okay, we just got to go find them, and we got to start swinging that bat. Okay, so understand that we don't have to be perfect. We don't have to hit a home run every single time. You don't have to, I've talked to some people, they said, well, I wish I could have signed up you, Joel. My life would be, that would be just great. My business would just, it would be perfect. Everything would just fall into place. And you know what? I say, you know what? I'm not going to build your business for you even if I signed up underneath you. I'm not going to, it's not because of me. You don't need to enroll somebody that, is at the top of the industry. You just need to go help a lot of people. Okay? Even if you enrolled me, you still need to enroll more people. You can't be a leader. You can't have that much success just enrolling one person. That doesn't make any sense. This is network marketing. You need a whole network of people. Okay? What happens if I stop working? Then all of a sudden you just quit or your business falls apart? You need to go help lots of people. Okay? So you don't have to be perfect. You don't need to hit 10 out of 10 every time. You're going to come into some failure. Think about the baseball stars out there. They don't hit 10 out of 10. Right? The really good ones might hit 2 or 3 out of 10. Okay? Their batting averages are maybe 300, 250, right? So 250 out of 10. So they hit the ball twice out of 10, and they're really good. They hit the ball 3 times out of 10, they make a few $1 million a year. Right? Think about that. Okay, the same thing with the hockey stars. Right? They just take a lot of shots. They don't score on a lot of shots, but they take more than anybody else does. Right? I was asked a little while ago, and I shared this story I think a couple weeks ago. One of my business partners was asked, well, how come you're so good? What makes you so special? How often do you show your business in a month? And he said, in a month, I show it every day, lots of times a day. So he takes more shots and he compresses that faster and faster and faster. Okay? He shows his business multiple times a day. I show my business tons of times per day, multiple exposures, right? And that's how you become super successful. See, I can compress, a lot of people talk about network marketing in 2 to 5 years. Okay, if you stick at it for 2 to 5 years, you should be able to retire in network marketing. You should be able to have an income of $10,000 or more in network marketing. If you're not there yet, you're probably doing something wrong. You need some more help. You need to learn some more. Okay, if you've been in network marketing longer than 2 years and you're not making a good income yet, you just need to learn more. That's the only difference, okay, between the people that are really making it, and maybe you need to swing the bat a little bit more. Maybe you've learned enough and you need to step out there. Okay, so if you've been in longer than 2 years in network marketing, you're not making $10,000 a month yet, okay, you need to do one of two things: learn more or swing the bat more. Okay, take more risks, right? Go after a little more. Show your business more. So thinking about swinging the bat, well, how many times a day am I going to swing the bat now? All right, if you only swing it 10 times a month, chances are you're only going to get maximum 10 enrollments a month. Right? That's the most you can get in a month. If you only present your business to 10 people every single month, how many enrollments can you get? Well, 10. Well, we also know that we're not going to be perfect, so we're not going to get 10. Right? We're not going to get 10. We're going to only get maybe 1 or 2. Right? So you're going to grow your business by 1 or 2 a month. And what's that going to translate into? Well, that's only 20 a year, 20, 24 a year that you're going to get. That's a pretty small business, and that's growing at a fairly small rate, and that's okay part-time if you're happy doing that. But if you want to compress that, if you want to compress the time that you're building your business in, you need to show it 10 times a week. Okay? 10 times a week equals 1 to 2 enrollments a week now. Okay? 10 times a day equals 1 to 2 enrollments a day now. Right? So the more activity, the more presentations you're doing, okay, the more people you're putting in front of your business, and the faster you do it, will just simply compress the time that you're going to build your business in. You know, some people ask me, wow, you guys sure are growing fast, right? Your company, your organization, your business sure grows fast, Joel. Yeah, we just show our business more than anybody else. Okay. Now, we've got some pretty good systems, and, you know, obviously we're going to teach you guys how to build those capture pages. I've taught a little bit about advertising. We'll teach you some more about internet marketing as well, how to get the autoresponders working in conjunction with that so that you can save a lot of time, so that you're not individually emailing out your prospects all the time. Okay. And we're going to teach you some of that stuff, and we're going to continually talk about it. Okay, but just understand that you need to show your business. Now, what happens if you don't have leads? Okay, what happens if you don't have enough prospects to be able to talk to? Okay, and that's a valid question, especially for a brand new person just starting out, right? I get that a lot. Well, I don't have 10 people a day to show my business to. Well, you need to work up to that. Okay, you need to go out and you need to learn how to build a list. Okay, you need to learn how to build that contact list so that you have at least 10 people to show your business to every month. And then you need to learn how to do it 10 times a week. And then you need to learn how to do it 10 times a day. And then you need to learn how to do it 20 times a day, and 10 times in the morning, and 10 times in the afternoon. Okay, you need to learn how to do that. And just take baby steps. You don't need to learn how to do 10 a day right now. You don't need to learn how to get 10 people calling you today right now to ask you about their business. Okay? I mean, I've got people calling me every day to sign up. Never mind ask me about my business. They're begging me to sign them up. And I can't even get back to them all. That's a scary problem to have, guys. I want you to think about that. I have people that contact me that want to start in my business, and I can't even call them all back. Okay, and I need help calling them. Okay, they're chasing me to enroll them. Think about that. Okay, but I didn't start out that way. Okay, when I first started, I was scared to pick up the phone. Right, 2, 3, well, no, I guess longer than that now, maybe almost 5 years, 5, 6 years ago. Okay, when I first started picking up the phone, maybe it was even longer than that. I can't even remember now. It almost feels like such a whirlwind. Okay, but when I first started, that phone was like a lead pipe. Trying to pick it up, it was like 1,000-pound weight trying to pick up that phone to call a prospect. And I had a list of 3 people. I remember distinctly. I was working with a business partner of mine out of Manitoba, and he gave me 3 names, just 3 people to call to invite to our presentation. And he said, okay, here's your script, and he showed me how to do it. He did a couple calls in front of me. Okay, and I listened to those, and then he said, okay, great, now you go do some, and I hung up with him, and I had those 3 names, and I was so scared to swing that bat, guys. I was so scared to swing that bat. Okay, I remember picking up the phone. I dialed half the numbers, and I hung up the phone because I was so scared of what that person was going to say. And that's okay as long as I try to swing, right? See, I'm trying to pick up the bat here. If you think about it, my phone was the baseball bat, right? And to swing it, I got to dial that number. But I was even scared to pick up the bat. I could barely pick up that bat to make the swing. And I had those 3 leads, and I was ready to go. And you know what? I was sweating. I was actually physically sweating. Okay, sweat dripping off my face, and I go get a drink of water, and I come back, and I get my pen ready, and I got my paper there, and I got my 3 leads ready to call them, pick up the phone, dial a few numbers, hang up. Couldn't even get through that one first call. But finally, I just said, well, geez, you know, it's going to be pretty hard for me to make money if I don't connect with this person. How am I ever going to build a business, a network marketing business, if I don't ever connect with anybody? So finally I picked up the phone and I dialed that number, and I dialed a couple more, and then I was on the call with my sponsor, and we were doing some calls together later that week, and we did a couple calls, and you know, one guy asked me a question on one of the prospecting calls. I called him, and you know, I was doing the script to him, and he asked me something weird that I didn't know the answer to. You know what I did? I just hung up. Okay, think about it. I mean, and look at how much success I have now, and look at how I pick up the phone and call anybody now. But that person, they just asked me a question, and it was kind of a little bit confrontational. I don't even remember what it was. Maybe I should ask one of my old sponsor what the question was, because it'd probably make the story a little better. But they just asked me a question. I just hung up, click, and he was gone, and they couldn't figure out what was going on, and I was off the phone with him. Okay, and that's okay. You know why? Because I picked up the phone again, and I kept dialing again, and I kept trying to swing that bat. And eventually what happened was I got comfortable enough understanding that, it really wasn't that hard. It really wasn't that difficult to speak with people and to build relationships and to build a network marketing company. It really wasn't that hard. I just had to go through my script. I had to go through some leads. Yeah, to talk to a few people, build a few relationships. That's what I needed to do. And eventually I just said to myself, you know what? It's not worth not picking up that phone. I'm actually losing money by leaving the phone on the hook there, by spending time organizing my desk and by organizing my emails and by doing all these non-productive, non-income generating activities. I'm losing money now. See, my business is actually declining. My knowledge, my experience is actually declining. But if I just pick up that phone and I just go, okay, I'm gaining experience. Okay, I'm collecting no's. If you collect enough no's, guys, you're going to get some yeses. If you collect enough no's in your activity in building your business, whether you're dialing or whether you're having prospects call you, okay, and then you doing presentations for them or you inviting them to presentations, if you collect enough no's, you're going to start getting some yeses. Why? Because an average, okay, the averages, a ratio is going to appear. Not every single person will tell you no. 100% of the people out there will not tell you no as long as you're presenting your opportunity in a half-decent way, okay, as long as you have a half-decent opportunity, a real product or service to offer, okay, not just some hokey, made-up business. Okay, as long as you have a real product or service to offer, 100% of the people won't tell you no. You just got to talk to more people. You need to collect more no's. And, when I was first starting out, again, kind of thinking back, I used to talk to a lot of people. I used to invite people on, but you know what I was doing? I was doing a couple of different things. One, I was collecting no's so I could get to the yeses. Two, I was gaining experience talking to people so I could learn about people. So I could learn what things people said to me. So I could learn how to become better and to gain more skill. See, now I have a lot more skill, and I've learned a lot more how to set people up and how to talk to them and how to bring them to and through presentations and how to develop relationships, how to identify what types of people are out there, things like that. Okay, so I do all those things now, but I had to learn how to do it. Okay, I wasn't perfect. I wasn't a network marketing genius when I first started. I was just another person, just like you are. Right? Just like you're sitting right now, at one point I had the same level of knowledge that you did, or at least I'm assuming I did. Okay? If you make more money than me, maybe you know more than me, but if you don't, chances are I know more than you. Okay, and I've experienced more than you, and I've swung the bat more than you. The only difference between where you sit today and where I sit today, okay, in terms of income and in terms of success, is that I've probably learned more than you, okay, and or I've swung the bat more than you. Okay, I've taken more chances. Okay, I've done more phone calls. I've been on I've invited more people to the presentations. I've run more advertising than you have. Okay, that's the only difference. Okay, if you kind of look at the big picture, I've learned more and I've swung the bat more. So how do you get to where I am today, right? Well, you have to start playing with the law of averages, and you have to understand that, as long as you continue swinging that bat, you don't have to be perfect. You're going to get somewhere. You're going to continue to do it. One of the things that I understood when I first got started, because, again, coming from kind of the background I came from, I learned very early on that, my skill would always improve. As long as I kept at it, okay, I would get better. In the military, I did. The more years that I was in the Army, I got better. I improved. Okay, I earned more. I got promoted. Hey, I learned more. I knew how to do things more. So, I mean, the same thing's going to happen in network marketing. You're going to get, your income is going to get you're going to get promotions with your income. Your business is going to grow, okay? But how do you do that? Well, you take action and you learn. You learn and you take action. Well, I don't want to learn. I just want to make money. All this learning stuff is, I don't think I need to learn. I went to school for that. I just want to make money here. Guess what? You're in the wrong industry. Okay? If that's you saying things like that, or if you're thinking that this is a bunch of hocus pocus and that you just want to know how to make money, okay, that you're absolutely dead wrong. You're never going to do it. Okay? If you're on this call right now thinking, I don't even know what the heck he's talking about, I'm so confused, I just want to learn how to enroll somebody, I wish I could just get a one enrollment, that would be great because then I'd make that commission, okay? You need to learn before you can build a business. You need to learn how to do it. Okay? You need to learn how to crawl before you can walk. You need to learn how to walk before you can run. Okay? In my kid's case, my 2-year-old's case, I think he started running before he could walk. All right, and it seems like he's never slowed down. But he learned how to walk. He learned how to talk. You know, he's learning how to do things. All right? You need to do the same thing in network marketing. Be a sponge. Be an absolute sponge for information. Every single training call you can get on, every single bit of information on the internet that looks productive or helpful, you need to grab a hold of it. You need to put yourself with successful people. Okay? Not necessarily you join my company, I join your company. Not necessarily that, but more as a place where we can share information, where we can share knowledge, right? Where maybe we'll work together. Great. That would be wonderful if we could. But if we don't work together in the same business, that's okay too, because maybe I can help your business a little bit, or maybe you can help mine. Maybe you have something that we can offer each other to be able to help each other. So look at this community and look at the business as we grow together. Okay, look at this as an opportunity to network with other individuals. Don't just send out opportunities all the time. Send out education. Help people. Offer support. Offer them ideas. Okay, maybe ask for help. There's nothing wrong with asking successful people, which is what they're doing to have success, right? Send me an email. I don't have a problem with that. Send Chad an email. But don't just try and sell me your opportunity. I mean, those all just get deleted. I told you guys that before. Those go directly into the trash. Okay? Send them to the other six. Send them to Bill. He's an approachable guy, right? Ask him for help. Ask him for, ideas as to how to help build your business. Maybe he'll have one. Or maybe he'll direct you to a training call that will show you how to do something. Maybe he'll provide you with something, okay? Ask different people. I mean, go find the successful people and rub shoulders with them, right? But treat it as if you're in a big conference room, okay, and we're all just talking, and we're all just mingling, and we're having drinks together, and we're enjoying the night, okay, and we're learning from each other. Treat it that way, okay? Treat it that way where you're not just walking up to somebody and yelling and screaming in their face about your opportunity. You would never do that in real life, right? You wouldn't walk up to me if me and Bill and Chad were sitting around, we're having a beer and or a beverage of choice, okay? We're all sitting around having a drink. You wouldn't walk up to us and start yelling in our face and saying, hey, you guys really need to join my opportunity. It's the best thing in the world. Blah, blah, this thing is changing the industry. We'd all look at you like you're a drunk. Like, wow, that guy had too much to drink tonight. You need to treat it as, hey, guys, how's it going? Yeah, listen, I've got a new business, and maybe I need some help with it. Or, hey, you guys, what are you doing? What's going on? I mean, what do we, get into the conversation. Get into the social network. Get into the training calls. If you think that this is the only call a week you need to be on, you're wrong. Okay? You need to be on the other training calls. If your company has a corporate call or there's leaders in your business that have calls, okay, that do training, I can guarantee you there is. There pretty much is in every company. You need to go find those. You need to seek out those leaders, and you need to want to work with them. You need to want to expose yourself to what they're teaching because, you know what, even if you don't join their business or even if they don't join your business, that's okay because you just might pick up just one little bit of knowledge or one little bit of information, to be able to increase your skill, to be able to increase your knowledge, to be able to increase your business. Okay, remember, this is something that we want to build. This isn't a lottery. Okay, we're not going to just play the numbers and get rich here. Okay, this is something that we want to build over time. Okay, and the best way to build it is through building your mindset, building your knowledge, building your education, and understand that those averages can be increased. Okay, if you're only swinging 1 out of 20 right now, you only hit 1 out of 20 out of the park, and you enroll, for 20 presentations that you do, you enroll 1. Okay, or maybe you got to do 30 to enroll 1. I don't know right now, but I can tell you what, that can be increased, that can get better, that can grow. Okay? Then you can get 2. Then you can get 3. Then you can get 4 out of 30. Then you can get 10 out of 30. Okay? You can get more. You can always improve your average. You just need to practice more. Okay? And understand that as we practice more, you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to you don't have to be better. I'm going to leave you guys with one more thought here tonight, and then, like I said, next week I think we're going to do some more specific activities and some more specific things in terms of how to, not necessarily mindset. 80-20, a lot of you guys have heard of the 80-20 rule. A lot of you guys have heard of, 80% of the people will probably generate 20% of the income for you. In your network marketing organization. 20% will actually generate 80% of your business. Okay, the 80-20 rule. And this is valid through many things in life, but just remember that rule. So 80% of the people will only generate about 20% of your business. 20%, the top 20%, the good ones, okay, the leaders, the enrollers, will actually generate 80% of your business. So, when you're looking at who you spend your time with, okay, who's swinging the bat? Who's going to actually help you grow your organization and business, and who gets your time? Some people sometimes say, "Well, Joel, you don't help me enough. You're not supporting me enough." I say, "Go on the training call." Were you on the training call? No, I wanted to just talk to you personally. Well, I'll tell you what. If you're not going on the training calls, it's going to be real tough for you to get a hold of me personally. Okay? The leaders are all going on the training calls. They're all learning from me in a conference call in a group setting first, right? And then they're applying that, and they're enrolling people, and then it makes it a lot easier for them to talk to me. Okay? It makes it a lot easier for me to pick up that phone when they call because they're being productive. And I know that if I talk to them for an hour, it's going to be an hour well spent. Okay, and understand that, and you need to build that same mentality in your business. Okay, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it tonight, but maybe we'll talk about it again some other day. Who you spend your time with in your business. You need to spend 80% of your time with 20% of the people. Okay, 80% of your time training and personally working with is only the top 20%. Okay, you don't pick up that phone necessarily for every single person that calls. You can call them back and direct them to a training call, or tell them to ask that call on a conference call, or to come onto the team call. Okay, but you don't necessarily need to spend every single waking moment answering your phone for every single person on your team all the time. I know it may seem like that, but you need to spend your time enrolling more. You need to spend your time finding more leaders and developing those leaders and helping them. Okay? So I just want to kind of leave you with that thought as we go here today. I'm going to let you guys go a little bit early today. And I'm going to give you an assignment that I want you to kind of do today, and I want you to bring it next week to the call. And just have it prepared. I'm going to give you a little assignment to do. And I want you to just take a gauge of what's going on in your business right now. I want you to take a little, and we're going to talk about this assignment next week. So I want you to write down a couple of things for your business. And if you don't already have these things, then just write, "I don't know what this is." Okay, or maybe you can do some research and find out what it is at least. But I want you to write down these things. These are important things to have in your business, and I want you to write down whether or not you're utilizing them and to what extent you are. Just write down 1 or 2 sentences for each one. Okay. Now the first one is advertising. Okay, do I have an advertising budget, and where am I advertising? Okay, so that's number one. Do I have an advertising budget? Where am I advertising? So that's for advertising. Number two, do I have a capture page and an autoresponder? Okay, so do I have a capture page and autoresponder? Do I have a website that captures names and puts them into a list that I can communicate with those people? Okay, so that's number two. Okay, so first one is advertising. Okay, do I have an advertising budget? Where am I advertising? Second one is, do I have a capture page and an autoresponder? Third one is my presentation. How am I presenting to my prospects? Okay, so I want you to write down if you're presenting one-on-one to them, if you're talking to them over the phone, if it's on a website, if it's on a teleconference, if it's on a video, if you send them a CD, whatever it is. I want you to write down how you're presenting to your prospects. Okay, and the fourth thing is, how am I training my members? Okay, and if you don't have any members, that's okay. Just write down what kind of training system you have, or what kind of training you plug into, or that they will be able to plug into once they join. So if you don't have any members, that's all right. I still want you to write down and be aware of your training. Okay, so again, first, advertising is number one. I want you to just make a couple notes on that. Number two is your capture page and your autoresponder. Okay, your list building, really, how you're building your list. Number three is your presentations for your business, and number four is your training system that you're using. Okay, so I just want you to, for next week, just jot down a couple of those notes. We're going to talk about capture pages, and we're going to talk about the system. Next week, we're going to talk about the autoresponders, and we're going to talk really about how to build that business. If you're not really sure exactly how you're going, maybe we'll make a few adjustments to the way that you're building your business to speed it up a little bit quicker. Maybe I can give you a few tips specifically, and we're going to talk a little bit more, I guess, laser focused on exactly how to, instead of just kind of generically, programming your mind, which is important, okay, which is essential to building your business. But I'm going to give you some specifics on advertising, capture pages, autoresponders, presentations, and the training system to be able to use to have a hugely successful business in network marketing. So have a great night, everyone. We're cutting out a little early tonight, so if you won't have any excuses not to do the assignment, because you got about 12 minutes right now that we normally speak for to be able to do that. So have a great night, everyone. I'm Joel, and I wish you all the best. I'll see you next week. Bye for now.